No nonsense gin drinking. All gin, no nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. Old Freeman here, and today, my friends, we have a gin from the valleys in Wales, and I have to admit, one of the main reasons I picked it today is so I can do a lovely Welsh accent for you again. So let me introduce you to Brecon Special Reserve Gin, and I think we can agree. I'm going to see how long I can do the Welsh accent for without losing it. Or even drifting into another accent from it, which I sometimes do. I sometimes drift into Indian accent from a Welsh accent, which makes no sense whatsoever, because they're nowhere near each other, and also I'll probably get banned from YouTube if I do it. And I think we can all agree before we start, what a bloody lovely bottle that is in here. What an elegant bottle. Not too fancy on the front, got all the botanicals there, so I don't have to bother looking on the website, although I will anyway. Okay, I'm getting a bit carried away with the Welsh accent now. I'll go back to my normal accent just for a few seconds, but I will drift in and out throughout the video. But before we find out a little bit more about this gin, please don't forget to go and check out my new channel, The Bobby Freeman Show, the link for which is in the section below and the card here, where I talk about all sorts of things unrelated to gin, mostly news and current events, which I try to make funny and sort of amusing. Sometimes I'm just annoyed at something that's happened in the news, and I go on there to vent, and you can see me getting all angry and sweaty. Anyway, back to the gin, and here we go. Now, for some reason, this paragraph on the website doesn't give away very much, and also there are particular words I struggle to do in my Welsh accent, so forgive me if it's not quite as good as my introduction just then, which was excellent. Brecon gin is a fine quality distilled gin using botanicals from the four corners of the world and bottled at Penderyn Distillery using water from the Brecon Beacons National Park. It contains juniper berries, orange peel, cassia bark, licorice root, cinnamon bark, angelica root. There's a lot of root in there, isn't ground nutmeg, coriander seeds, lemon peel and orris root powder, as well as Welsh spirit, which we all know is one of the best spirits in the world. Now it says 37.5% ABV on here, which is a little bit odd because that's usually that's on the cusp of becoming a gin liqueur. That's usually what we find the fruity gins at. However, I've checked on the bottle and it does indeed say 40%, so I think we should probably go on what is on the bottle. Anyway, let's get the bloody top off, shall we, and have a little taste of the bugger. Now then, how is this? Is this going to be a challenge getting this bastard off here? I can see the little bit there. I'm going to scratch it with my nail. There we go. I got it going now. There we go. Pull that off. Lovely. And I do believe we got a little cork in it. So we got the Welsh. Have we had a Welsh cork test before? I think we have. We'll do another one. Another bloody Welsh cork test, innit?
It's another bloody Welsh cork test, innit, boyo?
So, going for a little squeak, and I've got to be careful because this was a foil wrapped around the top, not plastic, and that could lacerate my hand, see? So, go for a squeak. No squeak at all. I'm going for the full pull. Here we go. Christ. Oh dear, that was not a very loud pull, that one. A little tiny pipper of a pipper. Aye, a pipper. I've gone into Scottish. Isn't that strange? I thought I might go to India. I've gone to the Scottish. But you all know it doesn't matter what the cork does because we know it's just a bit of fun. How about this? An absolute medley of British accents today. A geography lesson for you of the many accents of the British Isles. So let's get the gin. Get the gin in there for a lovely old sniff. The nostrils are going quite literally in. Here we go. I'm going to say now for the next 3 minutes. Our last one was a bit camp, wasn't it? But now let me just explain to you. I don't know what that was about. Let me explain to you what's going through my nostril hairs. Oh man, you've got quite a strong bed of kind of lemony citrus in there. It doesn't smell too strong, doesn't grab the old nasal hairs like some others did, but there's a kind of a warm spiciness, a little kind of you can get a sort of a sense of the cardamom tickling the nose hairs, as well as something kind of a bit more earthy as well. It's a kind of a lovely three-dimensional sort of smell, which just smells like a good gin. So I say we crack on, make a gin and tonic out of it. Now, I don't think it's going to be a massively out there and strange and weird gin, because all those botanicals there are kind of your standard stuff, apart from the Welsh spirit, of course. I'm not sure I can taste the Welsh spirit yet, but I'll be absolutely honest, I've no idea what Welsh spirit tasted like, but you never know. I might find it, who knows? So here we go. And of course, thank you to all my patrons, my wonderful, lovely patrons. You know exactly who you are. And indeed my YouTube members, and you know exactly who you are. I assume you do anyway, because you are all literally paying for the gin on the show. If you want to join them, head over to the Patreon page or press the join button below this video. But in the meantime, I say to one and all, this is Brecon Special Reserve Gin. I can't say reserve very well in Welsh. I just say Brecon Gin. Brecon Gin, I say is to every last one of you. Cheers. Cheers. How do I say that in Welsh? Cheers. I'm not sure. I think it's the same. Cheers. Oh, oh, as they say in Wales, there's lovelies. I think they say that anyway. That is, okay, straight away, I tell you now, it doesn't taste hugely strong, which is not a surprise because it's only down at 40%, but what it does bring, it's a very nice mellow smoothness, first of all, to the way it sort of slides into the mouth and just sort of slippers, what the am I talking about? It slips down the gullet and slides in a very silky smooth way, which puts me actually in mind of the Highclere Castle Gin, which, as we know, was my #1 gin of last year, and to be honest, at the moment, my #1 gin of all time, so that's never a bad thing. And as I said, as I thought, there's not going to be a huge amount to kind of wax lyrical about because it's just doing everything in a very perfect way. A beautiful balanced flavours with the citruses, balanced with the spiciness of things like the nutmeg, and I do like, in a gin, I do like that sort of woody quality to be a little bit kind of forward. When I say the woody ones, I'm talking things like the nutmeg. Those ones are a little bit more kind of earthy and a little bit spicy. I think they always work well when they're in sort of offset by the citrus flavours. And to me, the citrus is kind of going more towards the orange. I don't think it said it didn't have orange in it, did it? It did. Orange and lemon peel, which again is always a very good thing. Like the Beefeater, the Beefeaters do it? I think they do. The orange and lemon together. People kind of think, well, what's the point in putting those two together? I think they kind of, together, they kind of unite and become sort of like a super citrus, if you can imagine such a thing. And they're kind of doing that here. They're working very, very well together. The middle grounds as well, like the cassia and what's the juniper situation like? Hang on a second. A little bit lighter, I'd say, a little bit lighter, and there's definitely a kind of a sweetness to it as well. But despite the slightly lower ABV, I must say, if you take a bit of a bigger slug, it does kind of crackle and fizz a little bit more at the back of the throat, but kind of more towards the end, just after, almost just before the aftertaste, but it does kind of dissipate fairly quickly, which we kind of expect when you've got a slightly weaker ABV. But all in all, very, very good. As I say, that very good is not a particularly descriptive word, but when you've got a gin that is just kind of all the classic hallmarks, the classic gin botanicals, there's not going to be a huge amount to talk about. So I say, let's try the Devil Neat, shall we? Hang on, I've got the gin from the previous one there. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Now, there will be a little residue left over, but I don't think it matters. We're all friends here. It doesn't really matter. It's all over my bloody fingers now as well. It's all going to pot. Anyway, put a nice slug in there. Here we go. Let's try this. Some of the fumes went in my eyes. Oh, wow. Do you know what? I'm covered in gin here. That is not too bad. As my regular viewers know, I am not a very big neat drinker, but that's got a kind of as in the same way I said a little bit mellow with the gin and tonic, it's very similar with the neat gin, and it's kind of retained that beautiful sweet essence, but it's kind of it's a very delicate kind of sweet essence to it. And then the nutmeggy kind of flavours, they're still kind of there, but move towards the back, sort of like around like the aftertaste, but all in all, not bad. I'd probably prefer the gin and tonic, but if I was going to pick one for a neat gin, this could be one of the very, very few ones that I would actually pick. However, my friends, how have my Welsh friends down in the valleys priced this little bugger? Well, I've got bloody good news for you, because this fella is an extraordinary. It looks like a very premium gin. That is a very elegant bottle, and I saw it on the shelf. I'll be like, yeah, that's one of those expensive ones. I can tell you now, I couldn't be further from the truth. This cost me 18 English pounds, which is around just over $20, and about the same in euros. So that You don't get many gins as cheap as that. Apart from the original Beefeater over here, you do not get anything down at £18. Well, maybe a couple from the budget supermarkets, but generally speaking, something in such a beautiful bottle and with such a great balance of flavours, that's extraordinarily cheap. And I would say that's holding its own against things like Beefeater absolutely wonderfully, and this could be a game changer. So guys, to sum up, it was all kind of, I'd say it's a fairly, would I say, run-of-the-mill gin? I would, and I don't say that in a derogatory or disparaging way. I say it in a complimentary way. It's a very, very good core, no-nonsense gin, which is fine on its own because there are lots and lots of those around. However, when you take into account that extraordinarily cheap price, that changes things altogether, because I think this could definitely be a contender to take over from these mainstream gins which everyone's heard about, because I've always said there's going to be a cataclysmic shift in the gin market, in the core, the mainstream gin market. There's so many now that could take over which are better than the previous ones. I think, and I'd like to show you the gins here first before you see them anywhere else. I think this, get your notepads out, get your iPad, whatever you make a note on, tattoo it into your arm or something, I don't care. But make a note, Brecon gin, Brecon Special Reserve gin. Write it in a Welsh accent if you can. Brecon Special Reserve gin. That little fella is going to be the one to watch. That was the worst. That needed to be the best bit of Welsh accent ever. How ironically, it was the worst. God damn it. But it doesn't matter. Basically what I'm saying is keep your eye out for this fella, because this has definitely got potential to knock some of the kings out of that mainstream market. So guys, I hope you found this video useful and informative today. It was certainly useful for me to do it, and informative as well. I feel about 30% more informed than I was before I started the video. And if you share a similar sense of informant, then please don't forget to, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, press the like button on the video. If you want to support the channel, head over to the Patreon page or click the join button below this video, or that super like or thanks thing down there. I never remember which one it was. And also don't forget to check out the Bobby Freeman Show, the link for which is in the section below. But until next time, guys, you all know the drill. Take care, stay safe, and thank you to all my patrons and my YouTube members, and of course, keep drinking the gin.